Hey, Dr. Berg here. In this video, we're going to talk about fibromyalgia. I had several requests for it, so I'm just going to show you one of the many things that I do. And of course, it's not going to fix the whole thing, but it'll help improve the condition. You're going to need someone to do it on you, but this is the video, the training video of how to do the procedure. It's an acupressure procedure that you can learn. Sometimes it can create a huge effect, sometimes a very little effect. But I think it's well worth teaching people that have this condition because it's a very effective thing. It's using acupressure, all right? So a little background, there's two glands. One is the hypothalamus, that's in the brain. It's deep inside. It's actually, if you go 1 inch forward from the top of the ear, straight in, you'll hit the hypothalamus. It's like the size of a pea. But it controls so many things. It controls the pituitary gland, which is the relay gland to the adrenals and all these other things. Now, the pituitary is just a little forward to the hypothalamus. Okay, so the hypothalamus is the master gland. The pituitary is the middleman that's going to then do some other things down to the body. So if you can associate it with the owner of the football team, which is the hypothalamus, the coach, which is the pituitary, and then the quarterback, which is the adrenal gland. Okay, so you have those echelons. That's how it works. So there's two parts of your body that you're going to be working with this technique, but just realize that the adrenal gland controls the anti-inflammatory, and it's called cortisol. Cortisol is one of the only anti-inflammatories in the body, and it gets rid of inflammation. But this technique is not necessarily working on that. It's working on the pituitary effect because the pituitary also releases something else called beta-endorphins. Beta-endorphins are not necessarily anti-inflammatory, they're anti-pain, and they're probably 80% more powerful than morphine. So I'm going to show you a way that I tap into it to create a cool effect. What you're going to be doing, and this is the back of the head and the front of the head, you're going to be taking your fingers, your middle fingers right here, not these, I'm not going to do that, but these middle fingers right here, and you're going to be rubbing at a certain angle, real gently, kind of vibrating, on this point here and this point here. You're going to go 1 inch on the top of the ear forward this way and right there, and then you're going to kind of come down. I'm going to demonstrate it on someone just so you can see it. And then while you're rubbing these 2 points very gently, you don't have to do it hard, you're going to have the person either touch a place that they have inflammation or move a joint that's inflamed. So you have those 2 options. Now you're going to say, well, the whole body hurts. I understand that, but just take one part at a time. So let's say we want to take a wrist or a finger or a foot or an ankle or the neck or the shoulders. You're going to take that and you're going to have them move that joint as you're doing these points, or pressing a sore joint while you're moving the point, and you're going to ask them, tell me when it reduces. Okay, more and more and more and more, and then you'll find the next spot. Okay? So let me just demonstrate how to do this, and you'll have more understanding of it. Okay, so here we are. We have the ear right here, and then we have 1 inch forward. Okay, just about the width of my thumb, which is my thumb is very, very wide. So we're going to come right here, and I'm not flipping you off, by the way, and I'm going to come at an angle down this way. Okay, but I'm just going to do that right there. I'm going to do it on both sides, same spot, and I'm just vibrating my fingers like this at 45 degrees roughly, just like that. And you're going to do this for like 2 minutes, and you can stop and rest. Now what are you doing? You're activating these acupressure points that are assisting the pituitary and hypothalamus to be able to release their own hormones better. And you might say, well, how do we know it's happening? Well, you'll see when you do this technique. You'll see the results. You'll see the inflammation go down, so you know if something's happening. So it's just a technique that I developed as part of my fibromyalgia workup. So you would vibrate this right here at 45 degrees right here, very softly. It doesn't have to be hard. Make sure you don't mess up the person's hair. And I like to vibrate it like that. That's the exact motion that I do right there. Okay? Okay, so as he's bending his wrist, like he has, let's say he has wrist pain, and you're just going to bend it right there. Yeah. And I'm just going to ask him, while I do this, I'm going to ask him, tell me when it feels a little better. And it's going to start loosening up if it's really stiff or a problem. Okay? So he can move the joint, right? Or he can press on, let's say there's some arthritis on his thumb. So go ahead and press like on your thumb right here. Yeah. And find a spot that you can press. So let's turn around like that. Let's say he's pressing on this point. Okay, and I'm going to do this, and then tell me when the pain goes down. Okay, and then I'm going to say find the next spot. And he'll move around, find the next spot. I'm trying to get him to find the epicenter of where the pain is while I'm doing these little points right through here at 45 degrees. Okay, he can keep moving it. All right. And then he could basically, let's say it's in the shoulders. I'd say shrug your shoulders up and down. Keep doing that for like a minute. And it's going to feel looser and looser and looser and looser. Ankles, you can move those. Knees, in different directions. You can press on a point on your leg or your ankle that's been not healing. And so go ahead and try this technique out for fibromyalgia and see if it works for you. Hope you enjoyed the video.